Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, grade threes. How are you doing? I'm back with a little revision or activity lesson for social studies, and I'm going to take you through some of the questions you have in your activity book for social studies. In the previous social studies lesson, I took you through the different types of government structures, whether it is a republic or monarchy. We went through what a constitution is, and then also that a specific leader in a republic has a tenure, which means he's only allowed to serve a specific amount of years as a leader of a country. And then also we went through the government structure in Saudi Arabia, or the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, where the king is the one with the most power, the highest of highest leaders in the country. Then we have our ministers, and then we have our consulate council, which is the advisors to the king. So in this lesson, I'm going to take you through some of the questions that you have in your activity book, and please follow in your book so that you can have a look and accurately answer them. So I'm going to share my screen with you to show you the little questions that I've extracted from your book. So I'm just going to make this slightly bigger. Do not worry, this is not English. It says social studies government structures. The presentation just looks very similar. So true or false questions, you simply put a tick or you put an X next to each question. So we'll jump right in if you're ready. So, and you can always just track back or rewind the video or pause the video if you want to just jot down the answers. So A says Saudi Arabia's government is a monarchy. And if you remember what a monarchy is, you will know that monarchies are royals or people of royal descent. So our kings, our queens, princesses, or sultans, or things like that. So if you know, like we do have King Salman in Saudi Arabia, which means that Saudi Arabia is a monarchy. So then our first question would then be true. So we put our tick there. Question number B, in a monarchy, people voted to select their leader. And also back to the definition of a monarchy, if you know that the country is run by kings and queens, you are born into that. You are not voted into a position of power or into a leadership position. You are voted into a position of power or voted to be the king of the country or selected to be the leader of the country by a specific or special council in the kingdom. So this one would then be false because the people don't vote for their leader, the council votes for the leader. C, in a monarchy, the king has all the power. Over here, I put false across because the king doesn't have all the power. He does rely a bit on his advisors and on the ministries. Or the ministers of the different departments. So this question I will mark right. It can be true and it can be false as well because the king does have power, most of the power, but not all of the power. That is why I put false. And then the last question, a republic means that people are all rulers. So if in a republic, like where they have a president, like in America, the people don't have, they aren't, all of them aren't rulers. There's one president in a country, one leader in a country in a republic. So this would then be false. So take a few seconds to just have a look at it, familiarize yourself and understand the questions, and then we'll pop on to the next slide with our last activity for this lesson. So it says match column A with column B, and again it's testing your knowledge of if you know the definitions of these words. And in the previous video I went through this in quite a bit of length. So number 1 is tenure, 2 constitution, 3 ministry, and 4 minister. So ministry is the department itself, and the minister is the person who runs or leads that department. So tenure, let's go through our options in column B. A government body. B, leader's period of service. C, a government official, which tells you it's a person. And then D, set of rules for a country. So if you're looking at, you notice that I didn't put any answers in because I'm going to annotate that for you while we're doing it. So I'm going to put the text in. So number 1 is tenure. It speaks about a period of time someone is allowed to rule in a country. So number 1 would then be B, because we are speaking about a length of time that someone gets to rule. In section, or in number 2, constitution, which is the easiest one, A constitution is basically the set of rules that people have to follow in the country, even the king, even the president or the prime minister. So this would then be D for number 2. The ministry, remember I said, is the department itself, or the department that is run, and the minister is a person. So the ministry would then be a governmental body. So this one then would be A. Let me just align that for you. And then number 4, which is your minister, which is a person that is a government official, which would then be C. So that is your answers for these ones. So make sure you go through the definitions of these words on page 76 in your student book, and 77 as well as page 78. Then if you know those definitions, you'll easily be able to answer this on your own. In your activity book, next to the page where you'll find these questions, you will basically be able to see a homework page. You need to find information of a leader in your country. So maybe research some information about King Salman and fill that in, and then you'll go from there. But I'll see you next time for our next social studies lesson. I had so much fun with you, and next time I'll show you a couple of videos for this unit as well, which is quite interesting. So enjoy, and if you have any questions, please feel free to forward them to me. Thank you so much.